JavaScript operators. So let's start with the first one. The first one is going to be arithmetic operators. So let me use a comment here. So let's say this first one will be arithmetic operators in JavaScript. So let's look at what we can do in JavaScript in terms of arithmetic operators. So first, let me have a variable of a assigned to a particular number. So let's say 20, and then we'll have another variable assigned to another value. Let's say this is 35, just any random numbers. Yeah. Then we'll see how to use operators on these two variables and how they show up on the screen. So let's have write, and then in here we'll be having the names of the variable, which is a, and the first operator is the plus operator in JavaScript. So here, let's go to the next one. We have another operator in maths, which is minus or subtraction. We have the next one is multiplication or times. Then we have the division, and then we have the modular, normally seen as the percentage. Then let's see what we get. So I need to have some breaks in there so that everything is displaying at once. So let me have, instead to have a concatenation, because this already have a plus in there, I'll have another document document dot right, and then I'll have the break right beneath it. So here, like this, and then I'll have the break in there. So great. Now we have space below each one of them using this one. Let me add this to it because we'll be adding more code to this one. So here, the first one, we have a plus b, a minus b, a times b, and then we have a divided by b, and then we have a modular b, or a modular b, and it's giving us 20, so 30, 35. Okay, great. So this right here is the arithmetic operators. Let's look at the next kind of operators, which is the assignment operator. So after this, let's have assignment operator. So for the assignment operators, we're gonna have two variables. So just simple copy the same thing, and then let's have two different variables, c and d, and the same value should be fine. But the first operator we'll be looking at is let's do plus or equal to operator. Then we'll do the plus as well. So instead to do all this here, let me just have a let c, and then let me have c be equal to, let's say c is equal to, but we'll not have this let here. So we have let c, which is a variable, and then we have assigned a value to the variable, because we want to try assignment operator and how it it actually works in JavaScript. That is why I'm using this example. So if we say print C in here like this, let's see what happens. Print C. C gives us a 35 because C is equal to what? Is equal to 35. Okay, now let's have another variable or the same X, but for the second document of print. So we say for this, we're gonna let X be equal to S equal to 35, and then we'll have C plus equal to another value, which is 20. So we have 20 here. Then we want to print out C here. Okay, so this is plus or equal to. So plus or equal to, let's see what it brings. So plus or equal to will give us another, it will give us a 55 there. Let me comment this so that you can actually concentrate on what we're doing. So we have this, then I comment it to this side, which is star. All right. Okay, so let's look at the first two. This is 35 because C is equal to 35, and here C is plus or equal to what value? 20 here, so it gives us what? 55. So you see the difference. So assignment equal to the same value, plus or equal to another value, then it multiplies it, which is 50, 55. Okay, so next let's look at the another assignment operator, which is the minus or equal to. So I'm gonna do that for the next one. So we have C is minus or equal to 20, then I print out C here, assignment operator minus or equal to, which is 15. So what we have here is C is equal to 35 and C is minus or equal to 20. So in the nutshell, it's gonna subtract 20 from 35, giving us a 15 on the screen. Great. So next, let's look at multiplication or equal to. So let's paste that here and use times or equal to 20. So I print out C here, save, and then reload. So it gives us a 700 because 20 times 35. 20 times 35 will give us a 700 here. The next one we want to try is the division operator. So we have divided or equal to 20, and then I print out C. Okay, reload. Then it gives us 1.72. So this is the assignment operator here for you. Now let's look at another operator. So let me save, and then we see what we got on the screen. So now we have cleared everything on the screen. Now we want to look at string operators. So string operators, which is very easy to do as well. So for string operators, okay. for string operators, what we'll do is to have two variables. So let's say string 1 is assigned to hello, and the next one, let's say let's string 2 be assigned to world. Okay, then what we're gonna do is to print these two string operators. That means one will be hello and one will be world. So you can simply use document.write, and then first we'll print the variable string 1 and concatenate string 2 here. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna get on the screen. This should output hello world. Great. So we have hello and then world. Next is let's see what will happen if we want to do a string plus or equal to a string 1 plus or equal to a string 2. So let's duplicate this down here, and then let's see what we're gonna get. So in here, so I have a string 1 plus or equal to string 2, and here I'm printing out only string 1. Let me reload. Let me add a break here real quick so that we'll see the difference. So there is no difference because plus or equal to will simply call the two words that we have in the variable. So that is why we have both almost the same there. So this is a string operator for you. So we have hello world at the top, which we have here 1 2 plus. So hello plus world gives us hello world, and then variable string 1 plus or equal to string 2, and then we print only string 1. We'll print out this and that because this is plus this here in this logic. Very simple, right? Great. So we've finished with the string operator. So what we can do is to look at incrementing and decrementing operators. So after our string, we're gonna have incrementing and decrementing operators, and that is very easy to do. So with that one, let's say increase and decrease. So we'll have two operators here, and now we're gonna learn how to use all these two operators. Okay, so first let's have a variable, probably let's use x, and this variable will not assign anything to it. So we have only a declaration of a variable x. Okay, so let's say x is equal to, let's say x is equal to 10 here, and we want to perform an increment operator on this x. The simplest way to do is to, add the increment operator in front of this variable. For example, this plus plus x. will give us an increment. So let's print this and let's see. Document.write. Then we'll put this inside the bracket. Save. And then print on screen. So we have 11 showing here. So that is what? The X, which is assigned to 10. And then we say plus plus means increment by 1. So increment by 10, which is going to be 11 because X is equal to 10 here. Let me add a break right below this side so that so that we'll see the 11 beneath it. Should be inside. Okay, so we have the 11 here. Now let's look at another operator, which is gonna be plus plus after the X. Let's see what we're gonna get for that one too. So let's say we have this here, but instead of the plus to be in front, we have the plus after it. Let me have a break in here so we can distinguish between the two. Okay, so we have plus plus in front and plus plus behind. All of them works the same, plus plus in front or plus plus after, but it execute first before the other one. So this will add it and then display, and this will display during the runtime. So we have this plus plus, then we have the same thing we can demonstrate with the minus minus. So we have this, and then we have that before, and all of them will technically, let me see, we have minus minus here, minus minus, so let me try this with a different variable so we can see the difference real well. So this is A instead of X, and then we have X here, A, and then here A. Okay, so reload. Great. So the first one, we have A is equal to 10, which is let A and A equal to 10. Then here we do A minus minus, which gives us the same 10. Then the next one we do A minus minus A. So minus minus A, and this is A minus minus. Then it gives us different answers here. So this is for the minus side of decrement, and then we have plus side of increment. So different values, it's almost the same, but some of them have different way of displaying back to us. Great. Now let's look at adding logical operators. Okay, so let's say we're gonna start the logical operators here. Let me quickly quickly add a multiple comment here. Let me expand this comment to the top. Okay, now we're starting from the logical. Okay, so for the logical operators, we're gonna have a year, and then we're gonna print the leap year. So let's see what we can do here. For example, we have let year equal to 2024. Okay, and let's say our leap year or years are divided by a value, let's say 400, or by 4. So let's use a simple if here to check something. Let me do divided by 4 or divided by 4. We have divided by 400 or divided by 4, but not 100. And let's see how we can do this logic. So first, I'm gonna have an if statement, and inside the if statement, I'll first do the first logic, which is divided by 400. Okay, so inside we'll say year modulo 400 is equal to 0. Then our next logic we'll use the separator here. Our next logic will be over 100. No, that is the 4 side, 4 but not 100. So divided by 4, no, let me do divided by 100. Okay, but not equal to 0. And then I'll do year and year divided by 4, but not equal to 0. So this is the logic we are trying to come up with, trying to find a leap year in year 2024, and we say our leap years are divided by 400 or 4, but not 100. So here, if the year is divided by 400 but not equal to 0, or this is where the or comes, or by 4, which is here, or by 4 but not equal to 0, then not equal to 100 will be here. So let me exchange this real quick. So we are trying to come up with the logic we have at the comment place. Yes, so year divided by 400 not equal to 0, or year divided by 4 not equal to 0, and not equal to year 100 is not equal to 0. So that is the logical operator we've come up with, what we have in the comment there. Great. So what we're gonna do is to Let me see this side real quick. Okay, so if this logic is right, then we need to have a leap year. So document dot write into bracket our year concatenate is a leap year. Okay. Or else our document of write is not a leap year. Okay, so this is a simple logical operator, and you say 2024 is a leap year based on what we have here. Divided by 400 not equal to 0, or divided by 4 but not equal to 0, and but not equal to not 100 not equal to 100. So here this is divided by 100 and is not equal to 0. That is the logic. But what if we exchange this side? Still not equal to what? The leap year, because even if the year divided by 100 is not equal to 0 and year divided by 4 is not equal to 0, it's still gonna give us the leap year. Great. So this is a demonstration of how to use a logical operator, which is really cool. So now we have looked at arithmetic operators, assignment, string operators, and then we've looked at logic operators. Okay, now let's try to look at comparison operators. Okay, so let me extend my comment to this one. Okay, so the next one is gonna be comparison operators. Okay, so we're gonna compare two values using this operator. So let's say we have x, or let's do it at least a 3 value. So let's say we have x, and x is equal to a 25, and then we have y, and the y is equal to 35 here, and then we have z, so let z be equal to a 25 in here. Okay, now let's have document dot print to see our logical comparison operator. So in here, this is where the comparison comes in. So let's try something like x, which is equal to 25, is equal to a z. What do you think this one will display? This one will display true. So that is one of the comparison. This one will print true, because actually x is equal to 25 is also equal to z, because it's the same value which we have here, which is 25 and then 25. It's the same value. Okay, let's try the double equal to in here. This double equal to behaves a little bit different from the double the two equal to. This triple equal to behave a little bit different from what we have for the two equal to. So looking at this equal to, it's gonna give us false. That is how JavaScript operates. So we see false here using the 3 equal to here. Okay, let's look at another operator here, which is not. So let's say x is not equal to y. What do you think it will print? Let's check. It's gonna print a false because it's actually equal to it. But when we use the double equal to, it's gonna be the opposite here. So it prints true on the screen. So this is how the comparison operator works. When you use 1, it's giving you the exact value. When you use 2 of the equal to, it's giving you the opposite of the value. Let's try another one where we are going to use the greater than and less than operator. So here we're going to say x is greater than y, or let's start with a less than. So x is less than a z, and it gives us false. Is x, which is 25, is it less than z? No, so false. Correct. Let's check the next one. What if we do x is less than or equal to, probably let's do a y here? What do we get? We get a true because x is less or equal to a y. X is less or equal to a y, which is true. Then the next one, let's try x is greater than or equal to a y. So let's say x is greater than or equal to a y, and then let's see, it prints false. So every logic operator here works perfectly, but what you have to take into notice is if it is a triple equal to, is going to give us the opposite side of what the 2 equal to, and here the same. So you need to pay critical attention to this. So we've covered all operators in JavaScript. I mean, there might be few left out, but these are the commonly used one in JavaScript. Peace. I'm out.